Good morning, legends. Massive show. BlackRock is manipulating the markets. Trump is accepting Bitcoin. Yesterday, Bitcoin blasted past $71,000. Today, we've retraced back to 69K. $85 million of Bitcoin shorts were liquidated. Warren has lost. Klaus Schwab is gone. Yuval Noah Harari drops a very dystopian video. Yesterday, an Aussie bank went down. This is the Bitcoin news with the fast facts. Diving straight into Donald J. Trump. He is now officially accepting Bitcoin for his campaign. Donations. Haley Lennon summed it up pretty bloody well. We have had Haley on the show before. Even if I thought a presidential candidate could single-handedly fix the regulatory mess in the United States, I'm not giving my Bitcoin to anyone, especially the government. Sorry, Trump. 2024, make America great again. So, President Donald J. Trump campaign now accept crypto first, major party nominee to do so. Today, President Trump's campaign has launched a fundraising page that provides any federally permissible donor the ability to give through its joint fundraising committees using any cryptocurrency accepted through the Coinbase commerce product. Coinbase, there they are again. This addition to President Trump's already groundbreaking digital fundraising operations marks the first time a major party presidential nominee has embraced cryptocurrency for donations. Contribution limits and disclosure requirements for crypto donations will follow Federal Election Commission regulations. How interesting. You cannot change Bitcoin. Bitcoin changes you. The price 69,480. We will dive into that shortly. We are sitting at 76 in the fear and greed index. We are in greed territory, even with the $85 million worth of shorts that were wiped out yesterday. We are all pretty high in greed, even close to extreme greed. There, it would be nice if we go sideways for a while and we bring this back a little bit. Now, Bitcoin, this pretty much yesterday, we took off and we came back down pretty bloody quickly. We are sitting at 69,339. You can see the plane taking off there straight up. It was almost a rocket ship. We did have the rocket ship yesterday. We have come back down and it's sitting really healthy. This is nice to see. We'll dive into it a little bit more. But last 24 hours, 69,023 was the lower high, 71,650, nearly broke through $72,000. We do need to get well above $73,700 for a new all-time high. Days away, still very possible by the end of the week. Obviously, it depends on what's going to happen with this regulatory framework that is being voted on tomorrow. So we'll keep you up to date with that. I think everyone would find this pretty interesting. BlackRock manipulating Bitcoin. We expected it. It's here. How are they doing it? How are they going about it? How is it even possible? If everything on Bitcoin is on chain, well, they're going off chain, of course. If there's money to be made, if there's games to be played, of course, BlackRock is going to figure out ways to be able to do it. We're going to dive into an article. This arrangement allows BlackRock to borrow Bitcoin, including for short selling, without providing a one-to-one holding ratio. Still don't get it. Let's unpack this a little bit more. It has come to light that BlackRock can acquire Bitcoin from Coinbase with transactions recorded off-chain. It allows it allows them to borrow without provide one-to-one holding. These transactions settle in 2 to 30 days, a whole month, all in cash, non-Bitcoin. The off-chain trades occur outside the blockchaining, remaining invisible on the public ledger. Absolutely massive. Of course, they're going to play their games. However, remember, and we're going to dive into it, $85 million of shorts did get liquidated. Those people got absolutely decimated yesterday. I hope BlackRock was in there if they were playing these games. It's just justice. You can play these games with Bitcoin for a little while, but it doesn't last long, and I would not be betting against Bitcoin. Going short, 69,511. Hit the buy button, whether it's red, whether it's green, up, down, or sideways. please get ready for it. We're going to dive into a couple of things shortly. But this method offers several advantages, including increased transaction speed and reduced fees. However, it also brings about transparency concerns, particularly regarding the large-scale transactions involving significant market players like BlackRock. By utilizing off-chain transactions, a BR can borrow Bitcoin from Coinbase. That evil name, not evil, just Coinbase. They're an institution. Of course they're not evil. Without triggering the same level of scrutiny as on-chain transactions, this capability is especially pertinent when it comes to short selling. Short selling is borrowing, selling at market price and repurchasing at a lower price for profit. Two more things here, and then we're going to dive very shortly into this video of Yuval Noah Harari. The ability to execute these trades off-chain means BlackRock can conduct substantial short-selling activities. It doesn't need to provide proof that it holds equivalent Bitcoin reserves. The settlement period for these off-chain transactions range from 2 to 30 days, providing that flexibility to manage its trading strategies. So more about these two cockroaches. Institutions. While this arrangement offers operational advantages for BlackRock and potentially other institutional investors, it raises significant concerns about market transparency. Of course, we're in here, unlike what Yuval Noah Harari believes, that we don't trust. It's not that we don't trust, it's that we trust when we can verify, but if we can't verify, then we don't trust. It does raise concerns for the potential for market manipulation, so we'll keep you up to date with what is happening there. Just remember, if you do play with fire, shout out to everyone in the chat. Special shout out to Tom Crown there. Not even Trump gets my precious Satoshis. 100% I agree. Bitcoin, you buy, you stack, you chill. You hold it in deep cold storage and you do not give it to any government for whatever reason, no matter how good you think they are or aren't. Going back to BlackRock, play stupid games, get stupid results or silly results. Let's calm down this morning. Bitcoin liquidates $85 million of shorts as the bull flag sparks a 100K Bitcoin price target. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, $71,000. Everyone's like, yes, we're going to the moon. Yesterday it comes back down. It retraces to $69,508. And people are like, it's so over. Like, come on, when in doubt, let's zoom out. We'll dive into the charts a little bit later. But 100K is in play. And these things are going to happen way quicker than expected. But they're also going to take longer than for most people's patience. So just DCA all the way. Enjoy it. Bitcoin had traded above 70K on May 21 after relentless bidding produced snap Bitcoin price upside. Bitcoin surprised into the previous daily close with repeat lots of buying liquidity boosting the market to nearly 72K. In doing so, the largest crypto crushed short sellers. Bitcoin is not crypto. Anyway, $85 million of shorts alone wiped down 24 hours. Those people are crying in their basement, in their little dungeons. So be it. Play silly games, you deserve the results. 1 month, the Bitcoin short position build-up just got liquidated. This is from Willy Woo on X. One more layer to go in order to short squeeze past all-time highs. I think that's at like 72,500, roughly, thereabouts. Somebody else is talking about 100K is in play. Skew is suggesting the US spot Bitcoin ETF could have had a hand in the move, predicting important days to come in the run-up to the decision with what is happening with that garbage out there. ETH happening in a couple of days. Also what's happening on the floor tomorrow as well. Positive regulations, maybe not. We will keep you updated as things progress. Just to remember, this is more pertinent yesterday. Bitcoin has only spent 5 days above $71,000. Are you actually ready for it? Like, have you been stacking those Satoshis? I want to bring up this tweet from last night. It was absolutely epic. My mind was blown with it. If I can find it, it'll only take me 2 seconds. It is something that everyone should. Oh, Caitlin Long. We need to play that. That is so good. Now, Bradley Dean posted this yesterday. If you're scared of Bitcoin maximalists, then you haven't seen what fiat maximalists are capable of and have done to humanity in the past. That's by Bushel 80 back in April 11, 2022. For this simple reason alone, why you're not buying as much Bitcoin as possible. Literally just for what the fiat maximalists have done to the state of the world. And we're going to dive into a little bit of the dystopian thing just to stay abreast of what they are doing. For that one reason why you're not buying as much Bitcoin as possible. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's freedom money versus money of control. And that's literally what their intentions are. We'll come back to this Caitlin Long video right at the end. She's just spitting truth into the world. What an absolute winner Caitlin Long is in my book.
Do I have a problem with
Yuval Noah Harari. Let's dive into that. And how about 30 seconds? Real quick shout out to today's sponsor. Get your Bitcoin off the exchange. Please do that. Learn about having an air-gapped self-custody wallet, cold storage wallet. Make sure your seed is on steel, not on paper. Run a node, one of these little devices in the back. Be your own bank. Be a sovereign individual. It's super easy. If you need any help, these guys have 25 years cybersecurity experience. Saifedean Moose, the legend, the author of many books in the background. 2 of the books there. We've got one down there. We've got another one out the back. He's put out 3 epic books. We've got multiple copies. Dude is a Chad. He also endorses the Bitcoin Way. The Bitcoin Way is a service I've always wanted. They've helped me out. They've helped out so many people. The best part is the first 30 minutes is free. Find out if you've got any flaws. If you do have flaws and you want to work with them, they're absolutely incredible. If you don't have any flaws, you don't need to work with them, but you can sleep easy at night. Massive shout out. Last thing before we dive into Yuval Noah Harari, Parallel. Read the books or eat the bugs, ladies and gentlemen. Like, that's the mission that we are on. We've been, I'm not going to say we, I'm going to say I. I was brainwashed so much through school, through that education system. It took so long, I don't know how to say it any lighter, to unplug myself from that system through doing a lot of reading, whether it's Bitcoin evangelism, Beers for Bitcoin, Principles of Economics, the Bitcoin Standard, the Hidden Cost of Money, Infinity divided by 21 million, Praxology, The Price of Tomorrow. The list of books goes on and on and on. Firm believer in reading the books. Parallel, the Bitcoin Social Layer, written by Brian D. Mint, is an epic Bitcoin book. And with what's happening with CBDCs, digital IDs, this book here is so important. Read it, enjoy it, leave a review. There's a link, second line in the description. Now, I was going to say the most dystopian man in the world, Yuval Noah Harari. If you can smash the like button for the evil geniuses running the world, or if we vibe, just hit the subscribe button. Be greatly appreciated. But we're going to dive into Yuval Noah Harari. Put out a video, Bitcoin has attacked him. This is his response to Bitcoin. Isn't that a scary frame? Not a personal attack. That's just how I feel. These are the people. Klaus Schwab stepping down. We're going to get into that as well. I would not be surprised if this gentleman here takes over. And to give him credit where credit's due, in the book, The Great Reset, there's 2 books. One's by Klaus Schwab, which is the founder of the World Economic Forum. I highly suggest you read that book as well. After you've read that one, then read Alex Jones, The Great Reset, and it gives you opposing narratives. It's the most sensible bit of information that I've ever heard out of Alex Jones. It's really good. It's not antagonistic like he usually is. Breaks down this guy. Also gives him credit where he has been changing his tune a little bit and being a little bit more for pro-humanity. But this is what he has to say in regards to Bitcoin. Yuval, over to you.
Do I have a problem with Bitcoin? I've recently said that Bitcoin is a currency of distrust. I was just repeating what Bitcoin fans themselves often say. They argue that they don't trust the banks and governments that create dollars, yens, and other currencies, and therefore they prefer Bitcoin. Bitcoin fans may have good reasons to distrust banks and governments, but it doesn't change the fact that Bitcoin is based on distrust of human institutions. This is unfortunate, for the whole purpose of money is to create trust between strangers. Farmers grow food. Shoemakers make shoes. What is the function of the financial system? Finance creates trust. Financial devices like currencies, bonds, and shares create trust between millions of strangers who can then pool their knowledge and resources together and cooperate on shared projects. Originally, there was very little trust in institutions like banks and governments, so money was minted from gold. Since gold was scarce, this limited.
Sorry to interrupt. Really, please pay attention to what he has to say about Bitcoin and gold. He's just building it up. Are you ready for the drop?
The amount of money and limited economic cooperation. In the modern age, trust in banks and governments increased. So they started to create tons of new money from paper and later also from electronic data. Today, more than 90% of dollars, yens, euros, and other currencies is just data in computers. Bitcoin is basically a return to gold, electronic gold. It assumes that we shouldn't trust UN institutions and shouldn't allow them to create money at will. I understand the causes for this distrust, but it is an alarming development. I hope that humanity finds a way to build trustworthy human institutions instead of adopting technologies of distrust. Humans control the world because we learned to trust one another and cooperate with one another. If we now lose trust in human institutions and instead put all our trust only in algorithms, then the algorithms will control the world.
It's so interesting that 69,639, they are Tesla's numbers of the universe, 369. When you understand vibration, frequency, and energy, you can understand the world. Bitcoin is aligned with truth. It is energy, money. It is the way for freedom. So Yuval Noah Harari, what he's going on about there is insane. Absolutely insane. We should trust human institutions, but we no longer trust them. I find that fascinating when they're talking about digital IDs not having to vote using algorithms. This is the agenda that they're pushing forward. But on the same token, they're saying we shouldn't trust the algorithms. Does that mean we shouldn't trust their algorithms as well, or just the ones that we choose to participate in? Because the world's chosen Bitcoin because it's the world hardest money, the best form of money to ever be human engineered. And I would really push back on that agenda. I believe because Bitcoiners don't trust, there is no middleman, but we can verify, we can see everything. It's very transparent. I would say that's why another reason why we've chosen Bitcoin. And then he goes on, like, farmers make the food. They're trying to get rid of the farmers as well. Maybe a little bit of a conspiracy theory, but it sure looks that way. They definitely want you to eat the bugs and not meat. What's coming out with milk at the moment, obviously we had eggs earlier this year as well, like steak, milk, eggs, and honey as well. Like milk and honey, they're in the Bible, and they're going after them. It's pretty interesting, pretty dystopian. And then linking Bitcoin back, it's just digital gold. Well, you can forge gold to an extent, but actual gold, like 100% gold, it's fairly scarce. Bitcoin is just better. And in a way, he's right. Bitcoin is digital gold, but there's no one in control of it. And that's at least what gives me joy. Now, Klaus Schwab has officially put out notice that he is stepping down. We're going to dive into that towards the end. I would not be surprised if this gentleman steps in here. Shout out to everyone in the chat. OPD, Elaine, OMG, Fiat Data and Computers, aka Thin Air. Lewis, good to see you this morning. Phil C. Lewis, I don't know if I've gotten you live. I do recall seeing a Lewis many times in the comment section. Let me know if it's the same person. My apologies. Gargoyle Gold down 75% the last 44 years. Jake Thomas, shout out. Baseline Benny, Gargoyle Diesel Cane, Simon Picard in the house. Blick, good to see you. Michael, decentralized dad, what's up? What a legend for all the dads out there, the mums, the dads, the brothers, the sisters. You're all kings and queens. Tom in the house, Austin. And sorry if I missed anyone there. We're going to dive into the numbers. This is what gets me excited. Every day, block height 844,000. 489. Whoa, check out that price. 69,666. Well, it was. It's 665. Bitcoin always moves away from the darkness back into the light. Sats per dollar, a little bit better than what we saw yesterday. This number is going to keep going down. Imagine when you can only buy 10 Satoshis per dollar, and then it's 1 to 1. Is that a long way out? Yeah, that's a long way out, but it's coming because Bitcoin continues to go up and the Satoshis are going to keep going down. We are at a $1.37 trillion market cap. But for every $1, you get 1,436 Satoshis, units of the world's hardest money. Make the most of this. This is absolutely fantastic. We're not getting any of the numbers. Do see it's a little bit later today. Going to be rising with the sun a little bit more. We are going into winter here. I just need to align more with the seasons. The day and night I've pretty good, but the seasons was what was missing. So we'll be going live at 6:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. We will stick to that. It's been a couple of hectic weeks, so I appreciate everyone for the support. The well wishes feeling way better, apart from a tickle in my throat. Price $69,700. 1,435 Satoshis, $1.37 trillion there. What I want to draw your attention to is gold. We're only at 8.3%. Even Yuval Noah Harari is linking Bitcoin to gold, but it's digital gold. Therefore, it should have more value when we live in the energy, economic, internet economy. So 8.9%. It's just a matter of time before we overtake that, and obviously we need to catch back up to silver as well. I think we need a break, about $94,000 to get back over silver after the run it's had, but it's only a matter of time. When in doubt, zoom out, make the most of these opportunities. Now, it looks like everyone's turned against Senator Elizabeth Warren, and I wonder why. Like, is it because it was absolutely insane what was coming out with the anti-crypto army, that warrior class she put there of like this woke as nonsense? DS Bannon has done a pretty good job saying respect to those who community Elizabeth Warren each time she spread misinformation about Bitcoin. To those who share data tirelessly with regulators, legislators, and the general public, showing that fiat was the preferred tool for financial crimes, not Bitcoin. To those who publish research showing Bitcoin stabilized and decarbonized grids while reducing electricity prices for residential users. To those who got stories published showcasing Bitcoin's social and environmental benefits. To those who wrote to and spoke to their representatives and senators, I salute you. To those who tirelessly debunk the false energy narratives of Diverse, Greenpeace, Gabrielle Dance, and other architects of misinformation. Two more things. I salute you to the miners who got on with their jobs of mining, despite all the draconian demands for proprietary information, threats of tax, existential threat on a daily basis. I salute you to those who stood up for truth and dedicated many unpaid hours for a mission bigger than yourself. Stand tall knowing that you are not only watching history, you are creating it. There is much work to be done, but savor this moment. I wanted to send a message. The Democrats break with Warren, Biden on crypto. A sudden Capitol Hill momentum boost for the digital currency industry has come from a surprising source. The Democrats, left or right, red or blue, it doesn't matter. As Nico Moran says, there is the party and there is you. Opt out, choose freedom. We have Bitcoin. Buy, stack, and chill as much as possible. They are going to continue their games. It's all good. We're on the winning side of history. When we look back, we will be. There is a little bit of an article, and then I want to dive into Australia. We did have a major, huge bank shut down. One of the top 4 banks yesterday. Issues on their internet. Test, not a test. We'll dive into that as well. Was it a cybersecurity attack, a hack? We will dive into it as well. I wanted to send a message. Oh, poor Lizzie Dizzy. I do not like this person, unfortunately. She comes across so sweet, so innocent. She's been one of the biggest proponents of enslaving people, tying them to the major banks, even though that's exactly opposite of what she stood for when she entered. It's amazing. Absolute power corrupts absolutely when you are aligned with dishonest systems. Dozens of Democrats, including Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, has broken with her in recent days and supported, she had a breakup, and supported an effort to undo SEC guidelines that critics say discourage banks from holding digital assets. The Democrats defied not only Warren, but also President Joe Biden, who is threatening to veto the rollback. Yesterday, I watched a video where President Joe Biden literally called himself when he was vice president. Pretty sure he is the president, but he's not sure. And then last week we showed you a video as well where he said Kamala Harris was in charge. Really interesting, like the words that come out. Mind slip, double think, double speak, Freudian slip. Who knows what's going on with President Joe Biden anyway, who is threatening to veto the rollback. I'm not sure if he will. The rift may grow further next week when the White House takes up sweeping industry-backed legislation to incorporate crypto trading into federal financial regulators. A lot of degenerate platforms, casinos are involved with this FIT21. Tomorrow we'll find out what happens there. Now, in regards, shout out to everyone that is watching live. You can do us a massive favor and just smash the like. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, helps get the Bitcoin signal out there. Yesterday, major bank went down, ANZ in Australia. Pretty interesting. We have been warned by the World Economic Forum there is going to be escalating cybersecurity attacks. About 2 weeks ago, Google just wiped out, I think it was $125 billion Australian pension fund. That has been restored as well. Lucky they had other backups. And please, for you, don't think that this could not happen to you, whether it's your banking service, your internet, Google, make sure 2FA is on. There was a video yesterday that Peter McCormack did, and he was talking to a gentleman. It's slipping my mind, his name. However, they dive into cybersecurity and how these young kids are stealing people's Bitcoin and crypto. I'd really listen to that and urge, and make sure you have everything locked down. They dive into the tech side of things as well. If it can happen to a bank, it can happen to you. One of Australia's largest institutions, customers of one of the big 4 banks are unable to access their accounts online after a major outage to its app and internet banking service. So they do have a little bit more information here. And this is what they have to say. Heaps of people, major outage, they won't be able to access it. Millions of Australians who are unable to bank online or through their app are now able to log on after a technology issue with a third party saw them locked out of the service. So ANZ outage reported around lunchtime yesterday, Tuesday, sparked chaos across the nation. It was pretty interesting. Last year we had Telstra go down, then we had Optus go down for about the same time period. At that stage, I'm like, is this a test? Is this one a test as well? Or are these technology things? I'm not saying it's one or the other. I'm saying there's the possibility that it's something that they are not saying that it is. And regardless, it doesn't matter. Bitcoin trades 24/7, 365 when you run your own node, when you're your own bank. It's freedom technology. If not, it's number go up technology while you can still access it. But it fixes this. Anyway, not able to access it. ANZ spokesperson told Newswire customers began to regain access to the ANZ app and ANZ Transactive Global from about 2:45 p.m. yesterday blaming an outside vendor for the issue. It's like anyone when they're like pointing the finger, one finger out, we have three fingers pointing back. This is sort of what I would pick up with the ANZ, somebody else's problem. We're currently investigating a technology issue relating to a third-party vendor, he said. This has affected customers accessing some systems, including the ANZ app, the internet banking, and ANZ Transactive Global. I'll read the rest and I want to point out a few things. We continue our work to resolve any outstanding impacts as soon as possible and apologise. Oh, we're so sorry that we ruined your life for a couple of hours. We apologise for the inconvenience. During the outage, customers will still be able to access the ANZ Plus app, phone banking, ATM and FPOS facilities across the country. They confirmed an investigation was underway after customers reported the issue just before midday. We're investigating an issue affecting some customers accessing the ANZ app and internet banking. What happens when we have CBDCs? 100%. And they just turn it off, they pause it, they stop it, negative interest rates. You do something wrong, you spend too much on me. Nah, pause, you can't spend that money this time. This is a good warning. Maybe to get a little bit of Bitcoin just in case it catches on and you're exposed to number go up. Technology, freedom technology at the same time. Shout out to everyone. Now, Hodlnaut, I could not for the life of me recall his name yesterday. I was like thinking Space Cat or whatever reason. I apologise to Hodlnaut so much. He's been through enough and this is moment of glory. Shout out Hodlnaut, Peter McCormack, everyone involved. We brought this up yesterday. Legally, this guy put out so much fraudulent material. He's definitely not Satoshi Nakamoto. But a judge in the UK High Court has ruled that computer scientist Craig Wright lied extensively and repeatedly and committed forgery on a grand scale, gave every Australian a bad name, in aid of a years-long quest to prove he is Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin. Craig Wright lied. No surprises there. It's the best thing about Bitcoin. These people, they think we don't trust. We're just very skeptical of anyone that comes out saying, hey, I created Bitcoin, or Bitcoin, it's bad for the environment. No, we stop, we think about it, we look into it, we realize that Bitcoin is one of the greenest industries in the entire world for sustainable energy. It's balancing the electricity grid. Everything that Greenpeace put out, paid for propaganda. We look into these things. Now, it is so important to run a node. The Bitcoin way, shout out to Ben Schmidt here, took care of everything for me. They've been absolutely critical to the security of our family's greatest asset. Natalie Brunel also recommends the Bitcoin way. The Bitcoin way, seriously, if you need help, the first 30 minutes is free. They're epic. Run a node. Natalie says everyone should run a Bitcoin node. It's easy AF to set up. If you need help, contact the Bitcoin way and they'll walk you through it. And she's sharing an interview with the team in the coming weeks. We'll have Tony on in the coming weeks. And let's party. Let's party. Klaus Schwab is stepping down. Let's see where we are. Hey, we've got green. We have green on the day in celebration of Klaus Schwab. Pulling their eject. It's not as good as we think. In life, nothing's really ever as good as we think it will be or as bad as we think it will be. It is what it is. And what is happening is the founder of the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, will be stepping down as executive chairman. The good part, he's stepping down. The bad part, we have no idea who's stepping up into his place. The good part, again, he's stepping down. But the bad part, he's still staying with the World Economic Forum. We can dive into it a little bit. He's just stepped down from the executive role. They confirmed Tuesday that founder Klaus Schwab, the WEF confirmed Tuesday. Klaus Schwab is moving away from day-to-day management of the organisation in more than 50 years at the helm. The forum said that the move is part of a multi-year strategy to change its management structure, shifting governance to a president and managing board. 86-year-old succession plan has been the main source of speculation over the recent years, although the organisation has remained tight-lipped about its intentions until now. Not a betting man, I'm not placing any bets, but my guess is Yuval Noah Harari will be stepping up. Let us know in the chat what you think. who you think's going to fill this man's place. Obviously, they need a... I won't go into it. No blasphemy, no defamation of character. Let's just stick with the facts today. The World Economic Forum confirmed Tuesday Klaus Schwab is moving away. Perfect. The forum did not reveal who will succeed and become the face of its elite annual meeting in Davos, Switzerland. Since 2015, the WEF has been transforming from a convening platform to the leading global institution for public-private cooperation. Please read The Great Reset by Alex Jones, even if it's just for his definition of public-private cooperation partnerships. And they use these words. As part of that transformation, the organisation has also been undergoing a planned governance evolution from a founder-managed organisation to one where a president and managing board assume full executive responsibility. The non-profit think tank confirmed that Schwab would transition to a role as chairman of the board of trustees. It added that the board would be organised around 4 strategic committees to further reinforce the impact of our work. What are those 4 strategic committees? Programming, propaganda, lies, misinformation. I'm making that up. I wonder what they'll label. I wonder what they'll implement there. Good news, Klaus Schwab is gone. Good news, Bitcoin is in the green. The bad news is you missed hitting the red buy button, so make the most of it, up, down, or sideways. Caitlin Long, now this is hope. Powerful lady, powerful woman, spitting the facts, calling out the White House. What a legend. What a legend. Shout out to Miss Long here.
Point 6, multiple insiders came forward to tell us that the White House orchestrated the hit on the digital asset industry, including the denial of custodia. And one insider gave us the name of the White House official who coordinated it.
Boom.
A few days later, Illinois Senator Dick Durbin attacked Custodia by name on the U.S. Senate floor. No one at Custodia has ever met either that White House official or
Nobody's met Dick.
Senator Durbin. This was all political and all coordinated.
Wow. Well done, Caitlin Long. Fighting back, obviously being dragged through trying to create a bank that's 100% collateralized or over collateralized, and they do not like it for whatever reason, because it could make the rest of the banks look bad. Absolute insanity, absolutely insanity. So, hey, that's the news with the fast facts. If we vibe, hit subscribe, smash the like button. We're going to dive into a quick little banter this morning. Shout out to everyone that is watching live, watching the replay. G'day from Flyover USA, Jake Thomas, Baseline, Betty Morning. Smash the like if you can do that. Greatly appreciate it. Austin in the house. G'day from the garage gym. Michael putting in the sweat reps. Well done. Proof of work. Oh, wait, I already did. Lol. Legend. It is sunshine time. OPD in the house. Orange Pill Dispenser will be on the show tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. What a very interesting man. Involved with building the... Please correct me, OPD, but was it the Bugatti V16 engine? Let us know. Absolutely fascinating, doing some amazing stuff, building some incredible technology, developing the technology. Hardcore Bitcoiner that absolutely gets it. Cannot wait to have a bit of a banter tomorrow, OPD. Shout out to everyone, Tom Crown, Simon Bacala, Jake Thomas. Bitcoin doesn't need political support. The politicians need to embrace Bitcoin. 100%. What's up, plebs? Exactly 100%. Don't trust. Verify. Well, I like this one. BlackRock will learn the hard way, the same way we all did. Absolutely. Harari believes euthanasia for people he doesn't like. He likes most WEFers, and that's about it. Yeah, we obviously showed that video as well. He believes people are useless and they should play video games and be on drugs, like words out of his mouth. And obviously the World Economic Forum is pushing this agenda. No meat, no eggs, no milk. They're getting rid of the honey as well, which is the pollination, getting rid of the bees. It's pretty strange with what's happening there and then coming out, printing this fake meat, fake food. It's their plan. And obviously digital IDs, we will not comply. Opt out. Don't do it. It'll just be like what happened back in 2020 all over again. Oh yeah, they'll sell it and it'll be great. And then no, it won't be. Shout out to Blick. Morning, Sean. Frosty here in Melbourne, but getting warm from the Bitcoin trajectory. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Blick should be back in July, August, I think, to see how cold it is in winter in the countryside. Just keep stacking hard as you can. Once the OTC harm and supply shock kick in, the game will get tough. 100%. Like so many people, if you're waiting for the number to go up, wait patiently, but be impatiently stacking, please, because whenever it hits, whenever it starts pumping, like yesterday, it just absolutely flew up, came down a little bit. Once it starts happening, it runs away, it runs away. And the Satoshis you get now is great. If it comes back down, you get even more. I wouldn't be worrying about the price short term. We can see where this is heading just for the simple reason they're going to continue to print more money along with everything else. Shout out to Gargoyle Diesel Cane. What's on your mind, Gargoyle? How nice everyone checking in on everyone. Gargoyle's like gold's down 75% since 44 years ago, and Peter Schiff is still shilling. The algorithms already rule the world, and for a very long time, Bitcoin is the first one they can't change and control. Agree with that. You only need to look at how much money a bank manager of the average person's mortgage, an absolute scam. Gargoyle winning at life. Got my cold card queue. Very neat little device with lots of air-gapped options and nice QWERTY keyboard. Have you noticed they only pick frontmen who look like cartoon characters? How interesting. Not going to get through all the comments this morning. I will pick through. I'm late. Glad I made it. Hey, I was late as well. We've changed the time to 6:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time, at least for winter. It just makes way more sense to be aligning with the seasons. Like waking up and it was so pitch black. I like to wake up when there's a little bit of light in the sky and the days coming up, the energies coming up. Yeah, a little bit esoteric, but you know, we're natural beings, and I don't know, I feel like when I sit in the sun every day, like a big battery, so to tune into that cycle makes sense to me. Maybe it doesn't make sense. Lightning Goats, I love it. Oh, what a name, Mick Lovin in the house. Who is Lizzie actually protecting? Not us, 100%. Inflation, huh? Everyone is well done. Did you see the SEC have asked the Ethereum Foundation to resubmit paperwork for the ETF, even though they are going to sue them, all to do with Biden going soft in crypto to gain back voters? See it a little bit anytime I really see anything related to anything that's not Bitcoin, because the rest of it's a SIPE. I just sort of push out of the way. But yes, I did see a little bit of that. XRP is the biggest PsyOps community. Like that's just a CBDC. Ethereum's controlled, very decentralized. They just change the rules all the time. Solana goes out all the time. The rest of it is just as bad or worse than that. It's Bitcoin only, and it should be that. If you want to gamble, know that's gambling. But at least I'm here for the world's hardest money, and just for its work. TikTok, next block, every 10 minutes. I've heard 80 million people in the USA own crypto. If they would only vote for the party that is crypto user friendly, we can fix this mess faster. Just saying. Jace Mercer getting everyone to smash like button. Caitlin Long is a soldier. I'm in the house. Austin, good to see you. When the bees go, humanity will follow. Yes, Dawn service. Absolutely love it. That's news with the fast facts. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, it's been a pleasure. Do something nice for yourself, for somebody else. Buy, stack, and chill. If you want to support the show, you can use those links below. You can go on to thebitcoinlab.io and send the signal. Buy, stack, and chill. Support the show. Whatever you do, enjoy today. You don't get today again. Once it's gone, it's gone. You can get more money. You can still get Bitcoin. You can't get today back. Please make the very most of it. Be blessed. Peace.